welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club. Now, before we start, this game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. So if you're either one of those, look away, I guess. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Also that. Would you like to review detailed content warnings which contain spoilers, alternately in-game content warnings? In-game content warnings can be enabled. Yes. Interesting. Just skip through all this real quick. You notice the game? Yep, I agree. Oh, Team Salvado and Serenity Forge. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Great loading screen. New game. Enter my name. Nick. Okay. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. But of course, that girl's Sayori, my neighbor and a good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Yeah, we used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the sidewalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait. No. That's my voice. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say it like that. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Nick. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Nick, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't remember this, but I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Yeah, fair enough. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average, while spending my free time on games and anime. Fair enough. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. I mean, your happiness is really important to me, you know? Thanks, I guess. I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years. Because you're not used to the new world. That's great. A NEET. I don't know why that's just funny. A NEET. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. I swear, I'm reading this. I swear, I'm trying. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! What? Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come to the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Where's the teacher? Just out of curiosity, the teacher didn't think anything about it? He was like, "Oh, that student in the back row, he's just spacing out, he'll walk out in due time," and just left? Like, bruh. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. I choose to take that as a compliment. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I am going to your club. Mimi! Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure that she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. I did quotations, you just can't see them. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please! Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning to have planned this all out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I mean, is it a good cupcake though? Like, does the frosting taste good? Is it good? That's the only question I have. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought up... I don't know what I should do for her voice. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Oh, Nick, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear, and then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Nick. It's great to see you too, Monica. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Nick. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I'll make them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then, how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. I mean, fair enough. From what I hear, they're really good cupcakes, and I hope that stands true. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Wow! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. Well, then I said that sentence wrong. I turn the cupcake around on my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. You know, just kind of spinning it around a little. I kind of look at it upside down, tilted slightly. You know, gotta get a good angle of degree on where I want to bite it. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Huh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for, you know, you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Ah, I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Yeah, probably not a good idea. Just putting that out there. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for the events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. I had to like reread that whole sentence, and especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Nick, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to see something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Yeah, I guess. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Bro, horror books are the greatest. Goosebumps? Phenomenal. I read a horror book once. When I was 3. Anyway, I desperately grasp something that I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Me talking to literally anybody. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki started over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? Where did you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you're working on a poem called... She steadies her reading glasses. Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Yuri sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess I sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set out an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay! I have an idea, everyone! Huh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. I botched that sentence hard. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah! Let's do it! Plus, now we have a new member. I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Nick? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forward with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Nick... You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes! I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Nick, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Well... yeah... Can I really impress the class on Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Nick, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! Into his heart. I hate that I know the lyrics to the song. I feel like I'll keep going after everything. Anyway, with that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls: Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Time to write a poem. Okay. Pick words that you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen to whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go for Sayori. So let's do... happiness. Memories. Lollipop. Swimsuit. Melody. Lucky. Promise. Graveyard. Marshmallow. Doki Doki. Perfect games. Hope. Climax. Anxiety. No, universe. Philosophy. Comfort. Silly. Infinite. Inferno. Smile. Eternity. I just picked random words. I wasn't exactly being specific here. I was just picking the words that spoke to me the most. Hi again, Nick. Okay, before I go on, I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here. If you guys like this video, please leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe. And also, before I end the video off completely, I just wanted to explain about what I was saying earlier. I know the lyrics to this song because I had seen a good amount of playthrough of the game, but I don't know the full context or story of it, so a lot of this is new to me, so it works out in the end. But I know the song, and I don't know if it's good or bad that I do. But if you guys like this video, please leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!